As dancers, we are always trying to push ourselves and find new sources of inspiration. As a crew, Fusion has grown tremendously over the last 18 years, performing at events on and off NC State's campus and sharing one-of-a-kind moments with the dance community. This past year, we were working tirelessly in preparation for our end-of-the-year showcase. Our executive board came ready with fresh ideas and a drive to continue making a difference through our love for dance. Then it came to a stop. The COVID-19 pandemic hit everyone around the world hard and left us with ample time on our hands. So we are choosing to use this extra time as an opportunity to speak. Join us as we discuss topics that we can all relate to as dancers.
Welcome to Futorials, a conversation with your favorite Fusion members beyond the stage. I'm Brendon, one of the artistic directors of Fusion Dance Crew.
And I'm Lauren, the social chair. So you might be wondering why you're watching this video, why we're sitting here and not dancing, or why I can't think of my next line. I don't have an answer to the last one, but that's not what we're here to talk about.
We're here to talk about dance, the good, the bad, and the ugly, the things we can all relate to being in the dance community. This is the first episode of a series that discusses a wide variety of topics like how to get comfortable being sexy or how to not die while dancing on stage, aka finding pockets to breathe.
So for this first episode, we're going to be talking about a topic that a lot of dancers have a lot of experience with, messing up during a performance. We've compiled some of our best mess ups, and we've narrowed it down to 5 tips that you can remember for how to handle those mess ups on stage.
So imagine this, you're on stage, you're grooving, you're feeling it, it's your favorite piece, and next thing you know, you black out. You don't know where you are or how you got there or what comes next. So then that brings us to our first point, which is look around.
So when I was little, there was this duet that I was in, and I kept forgetting the same part of the choreography. And my partner knew that. She knew that I always struggled there. And we were on stage at a competition, and she saw the panic in my eyes. And she started doing my part of the choreography with me so that I didn't look like I forgot what was happening. And that's not something that most dancers can do on stage, just change the part that they're supposed to do. But that's one of the great things about being part of a crew, is that some of the people around you are doing what you're supposed to be doing, so it doesn't hurt to glance around.
And the thing about glancing around is that you want to make sure you don't have a super loose neck looking everywhere on stage while you're doing the choreo, but you can always find different pockets so that way you can look to your left and look to your right and make sure you join back in at the right time.
So our second tip is don't let your face show it or make it a moment. Now those are 2 opposite ends of the spectrum, but those are really the 2 best ways to handle a mess up on stage. You either don't want the audience to know that you messed up at all, or if you're center, just own it.
So for this, I have 3 different times that I've messed up on stage and didn't let my face show it. In this first one, we were dancing to Money by Cardi B, and the move is Wakanda Forever. And so me being me, of course, I end up going early before everyone else. So what I basically had to do was put my arms back down and then join back in with everyone else and act like I didn't mess up on stage. These things happen. I mean, you just have to really own it and stay in character, so then that way the audience can't tell that you messed up. The next 2 I have are both wardrobe malfunctions, which those happen too, and there's nothing you can really do about it. The first one I have is, as you can see, the entire team is wearing a black shirt. What we're supposed to do is switch out of our red shirts and show our black shirts in the middle of the performance. Again, me being my goofy self, I forgot to do that. So if you look on stage, you see everyone else, and then you see me in the corner with the red shirt on. Obviously, I knew I had a red shirt on, and the audience knew, but I still had to stay in character. And lastly, we were performing a song, my choreo to Kiss It Better, and because of the jackets we were wearing, my hood would not come down. So I basically had to keep dancing with my hood on until I found the right move to kind of pull my hood off and make it look like I did it on purpose.
And like you said, sometimes the audience is going to notice. If you're the only one wearing a red shirt, they see you. But if you keep a straight face, or whatever the dance calls for on your face, then the audience might just think that they're missing something and you're doing it right.
So then that brings us to tip number 3, which is remember the choreo in sections. That way you can easily jump back in.
So my very first solo, I'm 6 years old, and I was at one of my first competitions. And it wasn't a part of the choreo that I normally forgot, but I I just got very overwhelmed, and I stood there like a deer in headlights, and I did not stay in character. Everyone could tell that I was messing up and that I had no idea what I was doing. Luckily, because I had some sort of sections with learning that choreography, I knew I could hear it in the music that my cartwheel was coming up. And I caught that cartwheel and I finished the dance. So tip number 4 is to find your next opportunity. So there was a piece that I just forgot to come onto stage for, and it was a tap number. So I couldn't run out because everyone would have heard me running to my spot. So I had to wait for the next opportunity to fix my mistake. And for me, that was a transition. And once that transition came, I transitioned myself onto stage.
Yeah, that same thing has happened to me. There was this one piece where everyone else came on stage and got into their positions at a specific point. I was on the sidelines and just completely blanked out and forgot to go to my spot. So basically what I had to do was then listen to the music and remember the choreo and find the best time to run on stage and join back in to the choreo with everyone else. These things happen, don't sweat it, just make sure you stay in character and you practice your timing. So that brings us to our last point, which is don't beat yourself up.
Yeah, that one's really important because these things happen to every single dancer. And if someone tells you otherwise, they're lying.
Yeah, like Lauren said, there's not a single dancer out there that can be like, yeah, I've never messed up on stage before. I don't know what that life is like. That's never happened to me. It's not real. Everyone messes up on stage. The biggest thing is that you do not dwell on it.
So remember these 5 tips when you can't remember anything else. Look around. Don't let your face show it. Remember the choreo in sections. Look for your next opportunity and don't beat yourself up. Thank you guys so much for watching this first episode of Futorials. Make sure you like and share this video and keep your eyes out for the next one by subscribing to our YouTube channel.
Bye. See you guys next time.
Okay. Are we both calling it?
I'm gonna call it.
Okay.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
Fusion love!
I like that. I think that was good.
So for tip number 4, okay. Make sure to like and
There's not a single dancer out there that can be like, I've never messed up on stage before. I don't know what that's like.
I've never messed up on stage.
Tighten up. Okay.
La 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 la, blah, blah, blah. Red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow
There you
leather.
go. Yes.
Look around.
What? Okay.
Yeah, I can't even remember the 5 tips. I don't know why I'm asking anyone else to.